Morning, folks. Beautiful day today. It's Christmas Eve and the sun is shining and temperatures aren't too bad. It was cold last night, but right now it's pretty pleasant out here. I think the way I'm going to work this is check all my traps first, and if I don't have anything and I don't find any tracks, I'm going to pull them out, because right now all I'm seeing tracks of is rabbits and squirrels and things. There's no deer, there's no elk. I think they've all moved down lower elevation. I've got a trap just right over there, another kind of by that little stump, and then I've got another one. Let's see, it's hard to find in the viewfinder here. Okay, right over there, I believe there is a trail set that, right there, okay. There's a trail set the wolves walked through, and right off the end of that log, I've got a trap right in a wolf track. But they haven't been back, and I don't think they're here anymore. I'm pretty sure they've moved down following the game to lower elevation. So, anyway, the first two traps are empty. I think I've got 14 up here. So if the last one is empty, I'm going to pull them out on the way back, and then I got to go feed cows. So the other problem with where I'm at is it's completely opposite directions. And from my house to get up to check these traps, round trip is 60 miles. And to get out there to feed his cows, like I say, in the opposite direction, it's a 30-mile round trip. So it's just getting too expensive, and if there's nothing left up here to catch, then I'm wasting my time. I'll move them a little closer to home and see what happens there. So anyway, here we go. Base of that tree is where I caught that last fox. And I've got one here in this trail. They're both empty. And like I say, there's just no tracks up here anymore. Small tracks, rabbits and squirrels, a few coyote tracks. Well, I have a couple more yet to check, but these two here are empty. I've got one over there by that broken tree. I've got another one right here. Like I say, I haven't checked the rest of them yet, but I am just not seeing anything to keep me interested. And I really hate to pull them out of here before I have... This snow is fairly deep too. It's up, the boots are probably, what, 15, 16 inches, so it's almost that. Hate to pull them out of here before I have trapped someplace else, but I don't know. It all boils down to time and money. So let's see if this thing will even fire. It should be right about here. Yeah, see, with that crust on there, it's not even going to spring. Well, I can dance all over this. So that's not doing me a bit of good anyway. It would really be upsetting to find... Yes, I can't even get that chain out of there. Yeah, it's time to pull these. Really be upsetting to find wolf tracks all over my traps and not be fired. Let's see about this one over here. Ouch. The problem is that a few days ago it was almost 45 degrees. I think it might have been a little over actually, and then it froze again. See, there should be a trap right here. And I can't get it to spring. There it is right there. There it went. But yeah, that wouldn't have caught anything. So pull these guys out and we'll move somewhere else. Yeah, look at that. There it went. So those of you that have been watching for a little bit, this is that logging road, well, firewood cutting road, that the wolves came up about to this point and they lost interest and they turned around. My trap is just up here around the corner, and I've got a little bit of bait and stuff scattered around like that right there. That's part of a raccoon. And I was hoping, actually, I just walked right by my trap. Yeah, see, look at this snow. It's pretty deep. It's getting to the point where this is pretty pretty much done here in this spot, I think. Anyway, that's part of a raccoon. Set this down here. The plan was, this is kind of the fork in the road. The plan was that they would come down this road, or up the road. Sorry about this. Come down the road or up the road and take on this branch right here. There was a good trail before it snowed that you could see really well. There's a stump right here that is pretty much buried now that I put a couple of wolf turds onto with a little bit of urine on them. It was a kind of a pea post set. There's my trap chain, so it's right here. Let's see, trim this just a little bit. Those wolf turds are right there on top of that stump. I squirted some wolf pee on top of them, so the trap should be right here. There it goes. It wasn't completely snowed in or froze in, but it was enough that it probably wasn't going to fire. So that's the trouble with not wanting to come up to your traps and check them up close every time, is you really don't know for sure if they're working still or not. They 9 times out of 10 they are, but the last few days, like I said, it's been up around 40, 45, and then back to 10 or 12 at night, and that just makes things so tough. Everything melts just a little bit and then refreezes into solid ice. I got one at the other side of that stump and another one on the other side of that stump, and they are both empty. I had a little more hope for this one. This one's got a kind of a big bait. It's not as big as some of the ones I've had. There are some coyote tracks here. Problem with Idaho, or probably most states that allow bigger baits like this, exposed bait, is that you can't have your traps closer than 30 feet from your bait. And that makes it kind of hard. I mean, they come over here to eat instead of going to your bait, but they are really wary of it, and a lot of times they'll circle around, they'll find your traps. But this one here, this is a roadkill deer, and this thing here, that's actually a wolf carcass that a friend of mine shot. And yes, the noble and majestic symbol of the wilderness are cannibals. There we go. That one might have gone. That one is in waxed dirt. No problem at all. That one worked. That was that trail set. Those wolves come right down through here, right where that trap was, and then right on down that trail. They'll be back, but they might not be till till spring. I don't know. These tracks here are pine marten. You can tell because it's kind of hard to see them, I know, in this lighting over here. They got big feet for the size of the animal they are, but they go in groups of 2 at a time, and 2 and 2 and 2. One will always be a little in front of the other, like these two, where you have one further forward than the other one. Right there you can tell the size of the animal because he stopped there for a second and all 4 feet were standing in one spot. But when they run, they kind of bounce and they step their back feet in their front feet, and that's just the track they leave. I should have some pine marten traps out, but the reason I don't is because the fur market. I had some out early on, and then I got to hearing about what the prices of them that they were selling for. They're talking like $9. And, you know, our area, we have them. I mean, there's quite a few tracks right here. We have pine marten, but they're not overly abundant. So for $9, I'll leave them in the woods, and maybe next year the price will be a little bit better and I'll target them a little bit harder. I like trapping for them. It's pretty easy. They're not trap shy, and the traps are in the trees, so there's no digging. You know, it's a pretty easy deal. He's been all over here. He probably ate my bait up here in my trap, but they're not, like I say, they're not real plentiful, so you don't catch them very often. As far as every trap check or something, a lot of times they pass through an area and then they don't come back for a little while, which makes it kind of fun too. Okay, see now, he dug out my bait. There's tracks all over here, but they only weigh about, I don't know, a pound, maybe 2. They're really small animals. He couldn't set this trap off if it's not froze down. And that one's not froze. That one would have worked. Looks like there's some blood on it. That's probably from him dragging my bait out onto the trap, because I haven't caught anything here yet. But anyhow, that's where we're at. We're pulling traps today, unfortunately. Well, folks, thanks for watching. As Roland Smith from Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance would say, stay with me. We're not done yet. If you haven't seen his channel, take a look. It's a pretty good one. That guy's funny. Good trapper, too. So, anyway, thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.